Warning: this video includes strobe-like effects. Sources for all videos, pictures, and links are in the description. In 2007, the name Britney Spears was synonymous with controversy. Britney's personal life became front-page news as the public's fascination with her intensified. Though the events leading up to her infamous conservatorship are well documented, I've noticed there seems to be a major piece left out of the discussion. In 2007, Britney released her album Blackout, which has gone on to be a highlight of her career, and was even on the list of Rolling Stone's Best 500 albums. Blackout is iconic, underappreciated, and arguably the best body of work she's ever made. And 15 years after its release, let's break down the history of Blackout. In 2004, Britney Spears was on top of the world. Her last 4 albums had hit number 1 on the Billboard 200, she had multiple number 1 singles, launched a record-breaking fragrance, won a Grammy for Toxic, and went on a world tour. During this time, she sustained a knee injury and had to have surgery. The injury ended her tour early, and before the end of 2004, Britney announced that she was taking some time off to start a family with her new husband, Kevin Federline. In 2005, she wrote a letter that she posted on her website clarifying her break. I think I should rephrase myself from my previous letters when I was talking about taking a break. What I meant was I'm taking a break from being told what to do. It's cool when you look at someone and don't know whether they are at work or play since it's all the same to them. The things I've been doing for work lately have been so much fun because it's not like work to me anymore. I've been even more hands-on in my management and the business side of things, and I feel more in control than ever. Britney continued to work on music, but this time it seemed to be a bit different. She was very hands-on, very in control, and she released an EP alongside the reality show Britney and Kevin Chaotic. The show gave an inside look at Britney and Kevin's relationship, and in the series finale, they announced that Britney was pregnant with their first child. Sean Preston was born in September of 2005. Britney decided to produce her new record, and as the executive producer, she decided to name the album Blackout, and she enlisted help of producer and songwriter Danja. Danja contacted songwriters like Carrie Hilson, and the album started to come together. Britney also enlisted Cara Dioguardi, Freesia, Fredwreck, the Neptunes, and J.R. Rodham. She recorded some of the songs while pregnant with her second son, Jaden James, who was born in September of 2006. Britney filed for divorce from Kevin in November of 2006, and the custody battle for the boys began. Britney has also said that during this time she was struggling with perinatal depression. This type of depression occurs during pregnancy and can continue after the child is born. Unlike baby blues, it requires treatment to get better. Shortly after, in January of 2007, Britney's aunt Sandra, who she was very close to, passed away after a long battle with cancer. During this time, Britney started to go out more and had stints in and out of rehab. In February, she shaved off her hair, and months of drama really began, including Britney's family having her committed to hospital against her will. It seems, in my opinion, that Britney Spears was struggling behind the scenes. However, she also didn't feel that her family and members of her staff had her best interests at heart. She fired multiple people on her team, and most famously her longtime manager, Larry Rudolph. Around this time, allegedly, Britney sent an email to her father, which said, "See, after my divorce, the biggest mistake I made was letting Larry walk into my hotel room. I worked with him for 4 years of my life, but things are different now. I don't want to ever go back to that time because I'm not that person anymore. I do feel he's influenced me in some of my behavior patterns, and it's really strange to have a manager send you to rehab when he's the main one giving you drinks." She was followed constantly by a horde of paparazzi and was under an intense amount of pressure and scrutiny. This was also around the time that Britney allegedly sent an email to her lawyer complaining about a crazy lady named Lou Taylor who was stalking her. What Britney was going through was enough really to break any normal person. However, one of the things she did to keep herself going was she focused on music, and Danja talked about this. She didn't let none of her personal life into what she was doing. There was no, "I need to let it all out." She said she deals with that in another way. Regardless of the issues that Britney was experiencing, she still managed to be a mom, record and produce an album, and even did a small promotional tour. Britney was trying to take control of her life, but her depression, public pressure, and the stress of her divorce was overwhelming. It was a very difficult time of Britney attempting to take control of her life, while the situations outside of her control made that impossible. Blackout was a passion project. Danger said that Britney wanted to create a fun, danceable, high-energy, up-tempo album. She wanted to stay away from being personal. It's fun, it's basic, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's about feeling good, celebrating womanhood. Britney had a vision for Blackout, but chaos seemed to surround her. The first single, Give Me More, was surrounded by controversy. Britney opened the 2007 VMAs. The performance wasn't great. It seems like there were issues all over the place. Britney wanted Chris Angel to perform alongside her, which quite honestly would have been pretty cool. But it seems like at the last minute, the organizers of the show rejected this idea, which completely threw off the entire performance. It's also been alleged that Britney Spears overheard Sarah Silverman practicing her jokes for the show, and heard one joke that she made saying that Britney's kids were the cutest mistakes she had ever seen, which apparently sent Britney into a tailspin. What followed was a less than stellar performance where Britney seemed to be confused, a little bit uneasy, and even overwhelmed. Insiders say that Britney was inconsolable, that she was furious at her stylist, that she kept yelling that she looked like a fat pig. Some rumors say that Britney hadn't rehearsed enough, but if you take a look at the leaked rehearsal footage that has come out, she looks like she's got a pretty good handle on the choreography in multiple of the rehearsals beforehand. The reality is we have no idea what happened that night. There are so many rumors that surround this whole situation, it's hard to be able to sort through what is truth and what is rumor. And unfortunately, I think the only way that we're ever going to find out what really happened that night is from Britney herself, and that will only happen if she's ever comfortable talking about it. A music video followed for Gimme More, which also had drama. This may sound a bit vague, but I want to be truthful. We don't know for sure what happened. Britney had a concept for the video, but that concept didn't make it to the final cut. But parts of it were filmed. The best word I can use to describe this video and the discussion around it is disjointed. However, even with all this drama, the iconic line of "It's Britney, bitch" has been cemented into pop culture.
It's Britney, bitch.
And the song was performed again on future tours and in the Las Vegas residency.
Who is it?
It's Britney, bitch.
The album dropped in October of 2007. The album debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200 and went to number 1 in multiple countries. The second single, Piece of Me, was released on November 27, 2007. A music video was filmed for the song. Reportedly, Britney arrived 12 hours late to set. Wayne Isham, the director of the music video, defended Britney, saying, "She was late. People made a big thing about it. But how could she not be late when you have 50, 65, 75 people running down the street chasing her car?" That was a long day for the crew. It was literally a 20-hour day for the crew. But she was there for the last 6 hours of it. She got there late, showed up, and just kicked butt. At the beginning of 2008, the Conservatorship came into effect. And with that, the promotion for Blackout essentially came to a halt, separate from an animated music video for the third single, Break the Ice. Despite all the negativity, the impact that Blackout made on pop music is undeniable. Even with all of the drama, Britney Spears was able to create an incredible piece of work that has stood the test of time. It was messy, dark, and controversial, but in a way, aren't we all? If you haven't listened to this whole album yet, I strongly recommend that you do. There's something on it for everybody, and I'm sure there's something on it that you'll love. Well, this has been a breakdown of the dark history of Blackout. Thanks so much for watching. Much love.